I'm here at Dinnington Community Primary School in Sheffield, one of the 6 life-changing libraries that we set up in 6 very different primary schools across England. I'm going to be so excited to see the impact the Life-Changing Library has had on the children, the teachers, the whole school community. Decades of research shows that a child who reads for pleasure is likely to be happier, healthier, to do better at school, to vote, all irrespective of the background where they come from. But how does a child learn to read for pleasure? In the library. Libraries are where that magic happens, which is why I have made campaigning for libraries in primary schools at the heart of my laureateship. Libraries change lives. Literacy changes lives. There is vast inequality in the current provision of primary school libraries. 1 in 8 primary schools has no library space, a statistic that doubles in schools with a higher proportion of children on free school meals. How can a child become a reader for pleasure if their parents or carers cannot afford books and their primary school has no library, or that library is woefully insufficient? It's impossible. This is a crisis and we must act now. So over a year ago, I wrote to the Prime Minister to address this long-term underfunding and to invest in our children and our country's future, to invest in primary school libraries. To spotlight the 4 pillars of a gold standard school library: space, book provision, expertise, and whole school and community involvement, Book Trust and I began working with 6 very different primary schools across England, building a bespoke, dedicated library stocked with more than 1,000 specially created books, and supporting staff with training and mentoring from specialists at the Centre for Literacy in Primary Education, from the School Library Association and Reading for Pleasure Limited, to develop a culture of reading for pleasure in those schools. It has been incredible to see the impact of these 6 life-changing libraries on the schools, the staff and the children.
We had our new library in 2021. It was launched by Cressida Cowell as part of her Life-Changing Libraries project.
The library before there was barely anything there. It was just a normal classroom. I loved how much they can transform it.
The library space itself is really good because there are communal areas where children can sit and read together, but also there's a little reading nook that they enjoy to go into on their own.
The impact of the library so far has been incredible, but I think we'll be measuring it for years to come.
It's increased their reading for pleasure, it's given them an extra interest in reading, and therefore will change their future hopefully, because it will give them a lifelong love of reading.
The new school library is amazing because there's loads of places to read and lets you go into the moment.
The library is very calming and it will make you happy and be in your happy place.
I think I'd most likely say it's life-changing. Before we had this library, I didn't really read much, and then this library has inspired me to read more.
Reading for pleasure opens up a whole world of possibilities for children, and I want this life-changing magic of life-changing libraries to be available to every single child in the UK, because reading is magic and magic is for everyone. Yay!